Imagine a gaming console that is affordable but not limited by its hardware. Imagine what we know about console gaming being turned on its head and becoming accessible to everyone with more options, more flexibility, and more choice. This is the new vision of Microsoft and Project Scarlett, and it's part of a leading-edge approach to gaming that the competition never saw coming. At E3 2018, Microsoft announced that they were working on new Xbox consoles. Rumors and speculations surrounded this statement, and everyone's best guess was that Microsoft would put out two consoles, one with medium power at a medium price, and the true successor to the world's most powerful console as Xbox Scarlett. The best estimations based on trends and AMD hardware currently available is that the new Xbox could have 10 to 12 teraflops, doubling the power of the X, with the most important upgrade being in the CPU. New Ryzen APUs will afford much more 60 FPS games on the next Xbox, which they may call the Xbox 5, and I'll explain why in a minute. The next console that Microsoft is working on is reportedly almost done to be released alongside the next world's most powerful console. Some may be critical of Microsoft striking twice with the power advantage in hardware over the PS5 on the horizon in 2020 or 2021, but Microsoft has assured the gaming industry that they will never be behind the power curve again. But one of the new Xbox consoles is not going to be the most powerful box in terms of hardware, but it may be gaming's most powerful game device in terms of input. Microsoft is working up a streaming box, supposedly skipping the disk drive to make a sleeker and inexpensive console with minimum hardware for 2020 standards. The console will provide minimal local hardware computing, designated for controller input, image processing, and collision detection for online gaming and responsiveness. The rest will be handled by the elusive Azure cloud service, which, despite it not being proven tech at this point, is one of Microsoft's biggest revenue streams, doing much outside of gaming, but not for long. The Scarlett Cloud, as it's being called, offers a solution to latency, using central servers with consoles physically close to the servers to make multiplayer gaming as seamless as it has been traditionally. Recent news of Crackdown's multiplayer cloud-based computing in question is being vaguely answered here with a closer look into how Azure Cloud is already on track to provide solutions to local hardware limitations. Microsoft plans on this streaming disk driveless Xbox to cost considerably less than what consumers are used to paying for traditional consoles, which may put this streaming Xbox in the $200 and maybe under price point. Microsoft can afford to sell such inexpensive hardware because the growth and engagement of Xbox Live and the boost in game sales because of Xbox Game Pass and the most consumer-friendly console in the market has set Microsoft up to make gaming available to a wider gamut of players with more options and more ways to play their games. I know a lot may be resistant to a streaming-only console that doesn't allow you to use discs, but there is still an option to buy a traditional console. In fact, we may be hearing about a third console, like I reported last month, in 2020, alongside these other two consoles, with it being more like the current Xbox One X. The best part is all of these consoles will be able to play all of your Xbox One games and any of the backward-compatible titles. Microsoft plans to reach a broader audience of gamers by eventually bringing Xbox Live and their breadth of first and third-party games reaching nearly 2,000 to most any device. But for now, the jumping-off point for Xbox is with a new affordable streaming box. This would be the fourth Xbox in the family, leaving the Project Scarlett to be console number 5. Microsoft has put themselves in the awkward naming convention situation with the Xbox One, but the next world's most powerful console may be called Xbox 5 to coincide with the release of Sony's PS5 in 2020 or 21. Next generation, Microsoft needs to be on point with a competitive price, powerful hardware, and better games. And with 5 newly acquired studios and the Xbox division leaders promising to aggressively seek out new content and games. With a renewed commitment, the future of console gaming is looking very bright, and these long strides will go a long way to make gaming better on Xbox, PC, and even Sony's upcoming PS5. This is Colt Eastwood. Thank you so much for checking in. It seems crazy that we were already talking about new hardware, but as primarily a console gamer, I'm very excited about it. Just a year and a half ago, I was reporting on Xbox Scorpio, and that competition that great hardware brought also brought some fierce competition doubts from PC gamers and PS4 gamers. And I expect this from this video as well, but no matter where your preferences are, you should be genuinely anticipating how great gaming is going to evolve. If this is your first time on the channel, please consider subscribing. I put out content like this about once a week. And if you have any questions, you can leave me a comment or message me on Twitter or Xbox Live at Colt Eastwood. Some of the footage here has been Far Cry 5, DLC Lost on Mars, a little bit of Quantum Break, and some Red Faction Guerrilla, all recorded directly from the Xbox One X at full 4K 60 frames per second at a nice high quality bitrate, and it's made this console worth the money for me. And the games all play and feel great. Anyways, thanks for stopping by. Hit the bell to keep up to date on the news here. Have a great week, and please, be nice.